Hi friends, my name is Julie and welcome back to my farm. You may have seen in one of our recent videos that we've started rotationally grazing our goats through our wooded areas. Now in years past we've had a set grazing plan where there's tons and tons of areas that are perfect for these goats. But this year we have a record number in this herd, and over the years they've killed back so much of this forage that we are running low on food for them. You can see Daryl's been active cutting down small trees and bushes for them so they can access the leaves. But they've actually been in this area for a full week and we've been having to supplement them with hay. So our new plan is to cut some fresh trails in the woods over on the side of our property. And today is the day we're gonna try and get them in there. So let's head over now and help Daryl get some fences set up. He's been busy at work cutting trails. So this is the new area that we're moving the goats to. You can see it is pretty thick. It is also full of really good forage for them. We've got tons of grapevines, blackberry brambles, privet, small trees propping up. So they're really gonna enjoy this. The problem is that with the electric netting fences that we use, it's really difficult to get into areas like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you what Daryl's had to do today just to make a path for this fence. So he's been hard at work this morning clearing this tunnel so we can get our fence through here easily. You can see how much old growth and brambles and vines that he's had to clear. This was a ton of work. So our plan is to get our fence up in this area, get our goats herded over here, and then we're gonna see how long it takes them to get through this. Throughout the week, Daryl's also gonna be cutting down some of the higher brush for them so they can get it. And our goal is to keep them in these really thick areas for maybe a week at best, even if we have to supplement a little bit of hay, so that the labor isn't too terrible. If we had to clear a fresh area for them every day like this, that would just be too much work. But as the season goes, hopefully we can maintain these paths and we can move them through here a little bit faster. Another factor that makes fencing these areas very difficult is that you really can't see your path very clearly. Once you get into the woods, you sort of have to crisscross and weave between trees and bushes and vines. And this makes it very difficult for us to know how much fencing we're gonna need. So generally we try to use just 250-foot fences. So 300 feet of fence total. But we have some extras that we keep handy for situations like this. And it looks like we're gonna have to add at least another 100 foot of fence. So that's the next step. Okay, so we've got this fence put up around about 3/4 of this area. We've got the whole back fence. The other challenging dynamic to this goat move is that they're currently being contained by one of the fences that we need to finish this area off. So what we're gonna have to do is let them out, pick up one of those fences. They're gonna roam around and munch on the pasture a little bit. It's fine. The only reason I feel safe doing that is because I know my goats are really well trained and they will come to a bucket and do some feed. So I know that we can get them in here. I know they're not gonna roam too far. They are within a pasture right now that is hard fenced. It has a woven wire perimeter fence around it, so they can't go too far. But I would definitely not recommend just letting your goats loose if you don't have a way to catch them easily. So we're gonna go pick up that fence, get the rest of this area fenced in, and then we'll call them over.
Happy goat.
Yeah, the goats.
Get out there. Come on.
You can do it, buddy.
Come on, Emily.
They're not really sure what they're supposed to do, but they're gonna munch over here a little bit. We're gonna go set this fence up. I know. No, Bubba, go find your mom. Go find your mom. Yeah. I know. Yeah. Go find your mama. The next step is we got to move all their stuff. So we have these rubber feed pans that we put grain down in for them. So we're gonna pick those up, move those to the new area. We're gonna put the grain down before we call them so that when they get in there, they'll start eating and they won't be tempted to leave before we can get the fence closed. So when we call them down here, what we've got set up is a chute that goes into the area that we want them to be. So hopefully they're gonna come right down this path. They're gonna follow Daryl with a bucket, come right down the path, and right on into their area. Hopefully. All of them made it in. A couple of the babies missed the fence and one of them got tangled. And this little guy's our straggler. This is Emerald. But they seem pretty happy. So you can see now they're distracted eating their grain. Daryl can just calmly put the fence up. We don't have to worry about anybody escaping. And that's pretty much how a goat move should go. That was a success. If goats are gonna get out of fences like these, they're probably gonna sneak under. So we use these push posts or step posts to pull the fence closer to the ground anywhere where it's not level or where the fence is not pulled tight at the bottom. I think these goats are just starting to discover all the goodness that they have to feast on. They're just starting to nibble at the edges. They have no idea that there's so much back there for them. These are gonna be some happy goats the next couple days. I found the best way to know what your goats like to eat is just to spend time observing your herd. When you move them to a new area, follow them around for a little bit, see what they eat first. If they're standing up to get these grape leaves, then it's a sure bet that these are really good. This is something that they really want. You'll see that they're eating some of the grass, but they're mostly gonna leave that till the end. They're gonna munch on these vines a lot more than they are gonna go for this grass. And you'll see that they will move around to different foodstuffs. They won't just stick with one thing, even if it's their favorite. They like to munch a little bit of this and a little bit of that. They like a really diverse salad. And unlike sheep, goats are browsers. So you can see most of their heads are above the ground. They're eating at eye level or higher, whereas a sheep is really focused on the ground. And sometimes they even use a friend to get a little bit higher. So once they come through and clear all the stuff that they can reach, We'll go through and pull a lot of this stuff down. Daryl will even come through with an axe and cut down the small trees, and they will strip all the leaves off that they can get to. Even these little tiny babies appreciate a little boost once in a while. This big guy's really good at pulling down branches and sharing with his family. Right, Bubba?
Do this for a while.
Here's Miss Sabrina, munching away. You can see most of them have shed their winter coat. They're looking really sleek right now. Most of our babies are to the weaning age, so if anybody's looking for goats, we're gonna have a bunch for sale soon. So that's it for today, guys. We got our project completed. We got our goats moved to a brand new wooded area. And over the next couple days, I'm gonna take some shots of this area so you can see how much they devour it. And pretty soon, you're gonna be able to start to see daylight through here. It's crazy how much impact goats can have when you use them to clear some brush. We're back here at the goat area and it has not even been 24 hours and they have just demolished this place. Pretty much all the leaves and vegetation that they could reach, they have gotten to. You can see Daryl's already been through and started cutting stuff down for them. And they're just stripping every bit of edible growth off of these. You can even start to see a little bit of daylight through this clearing, which was impossible just yesterday. If you want to see the video where we first put these goats out this year, you can check it out right here. It's pretty funny. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.